Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. I offer my salutations to Adi Shankaracharya, who is an abode of immense compassion and whoever accomplishes the good of the world. Namaste everyone. I am Sandeep S. Vasista. Today, we shall remember the great philosopher of the world, Adi Shankaracharya, who restructured the entire Sanatana Dharma. We shall pay our respects to him by recalling his glorious life and teachings. Adi Shankaracharya was the one who gave the dynamic dimension to the Sanatana Dharma. To understand the achievements and teachings and the purpose of reordering of Sanatana Dharma, it becomes very important to study the timeline of Adi Shankaracharya. I quote from the lectures from Colombo to Almora of Swami Vivekananda, wherein Swamiji profoundly explains the importance of the timeline of Adi Shankaracharya or the importance of the incarnation of Adi Shankaracharya with respect to that timeline. In one of his lectures called Sages of India, Swami Vivekananda explains the social and religious condition of India at that time. I quote, thus, in spite of the preaching of mercy to animals, in spite of the sublime ethical religion, in spite of the hair splitting discussions about the existence or non existence of a permanent soul, the whole building of Buddhism tumbled down piecemeal, and the ruin was simply hideous. I have neither the time nor the inclination to describe to you the hideousness that came in the wake of Buddhism. The most hideous ceremony, the most horrible, the most obscene books that the human hand ever wrote or the human brain ever conceived, the most bestial forms that ever passed under the name of religion have all been the creation of degraded Buddhism. But India has to live, and the spirit of Lord descended again. He who declared, I will come whenever virtue subsides, came again. And this time the manifestation was in the south, and approached that young Brahmin of whom it has been declared that at the age of 16 he had completed all his writings. The marvelous boy Shankaracharya arose. The writings of this boy of 16 are the wonders of the modern world, and so was the boy. He wanted to bring back the Indian world to its pristine purity. But think of the amount of the task before him. I have told you few points about the state of things that existed in India. All these horrors that you are trying to reform are the outcome of the region of degradation. The Baluchis and all the hideous races of mankind came to India and became Buddhists and assimilated with us and brought their national customs, and the whole of our national life became a huge page of most horrible and the most bestial customs. That was the inheritance which that boy got from the Buddhist. And from that time to this, the whole work in India is a reconquest of this Buddhistic degradation by the Vedanta. It is still going on. It is not yet finished. Shankara came, the great philosopher, and showed that the real essence of Buddhism and that of the Vedanta are not very different, but that the disciples did not understand and have degraded themselves, denied the existence of the soul and of God, and have become atheists. That was what Shankara showed, and all the Buddhists began to come back to the old religion. I unquote. By this, you can understand the tremendous contribution, the tremendous achievement of Adi Shankaracharya, beautifully put forth by Swami Vivekananda. And this is how we have to study Adi Shankaracharya. One of the major contributions of Adi Shankaracharya is to reorder the Sannyasa Sampradaya in India. He lived around 1200 years ago. He was born in a place called Kaladi in Kerala. His lifespan was too short, just 32 years. I remember a part of verse from Mahabharata where Mother Vidula explaining to her son Sanjaya the importance of meaningful life. Muhurtam jwalitam shreyo natu dhumaitam chiram, which means it is better you flame forth for one instant than smoke away for ages. Such was the life of Adi Shankara. At the age of 8, he left home and went in search of Guru. He studied all the Vedic scriptures under the guidance of his Guru Govinda Bhagavad Pada. At the age of 16, he wrote commentaries for all major spiritual texts. From the age 16 to 32, he traveled across the length and breadth of the country and preached the glorious Advaita philosophy. He established 4 ashramas in the 4 corners of India. He has composed several hymns which are even today more popular. The whole life of Adi Shankaracharya eloquently put in 4 lines in a shloka called Ekashloki Shankara Vijayam. It goes like this. Aryamba jatare jani dvijasati daridrya nirmulanam sanyasashrayanam guru pasadanam Shri Mandanadir Jayah Shishyograhanam Shubhashya Rachanam Sarvagnya Peethashrayah Peethanam Rachaneti Sangrahamahi Shaisha Katha Shankari. What a beautiful verse. Aryamba Jatare Jani, born to Aryamba, Dvijasati, Daridya Nirmulan, completely destroyed the poverty of poor Brahmin women. Sannyasa Shrayanam Guru Pasadanam, took sannyasa, approached Guru. Srimandanadir Jayam, won over Mandana Mishra. Shishyoga Grahanam Subhashya Rachanam, got several disciples, wrote interpretations. Sarvagnya Peethashrayah, climbed the Sarvagnya Peetha. Peethanam Rachaneti, established several Peethas. Sangrahamahi, wrote several collection of work. Saisha Katha Shankari, this is the story of Shankara. We should be ever indebted to Adi Shankaracharya for his enormous contribution, glorious contribution to this world. I thank Srimati Gadgi Akkanagamma Charitable Trust Bellary, who gave all of us the opportunity to recollect, to remember the glorious life of Adi Shankaracharya on this very auspicious day of Shankara Jayanti. Thank you. Namaste.